Episode 29, Crossing the Red Sea. After Pharaoh finally allowed the Israelites to leave Egypt, they quickly gathered their belongings and set out on their journey. They were excited to be free at last, and they followed Moses as he led them out of Egypt. God guided them with a pillar of cloud during the day and a pillar of fire at night. They knew that God was with them every step of the way. But soon, Pharaoh changed his mind. He regretted letting the Israelites go and decided to chase after them with his army. He wanted to bring them back to Egypt as slaves. Pharaoh's army with horses and chariots quickly caught up to the Israelites as they camped by the Red Sea. When the Israelites saw the Egyptian army approaching, they were terrified. They cried out to Moses, saying, "Why did you bring us out of Egypt just to die in the desert?" Moses answered the people, "Do not be afraid. Stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. The Egyptians you see today, you will never see again. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." Moses trusted that God would save them, even though they were trapped between the sea and Pharaoh's army. God spoke to Moses and told him to raise his staff and stretch out his hand over the sea. As Moses did this, God caused a strong wind to blow, and the waters of the Red Sea parted, creating a path of dry land through the middle of the sea. The Israelites began to walk through the sea with walls of water on either side of them. It was an amazing sight, and they knew that God was protecting them. Pharaoh's army followed the Israelites into the sea, but God was watching over his people. When the Israelites had safely crossed to the other side, God told Moses to stretch out his hand over the sea again. Moses obeyed, and the waters returned to their place, covering Pharaoh's army and their chariots. Not one of them survived. The Israelites were safe on the other side, and they were filled with joy and thankfulness. They sang songs of praise to God for saving them. Moses' sister Miriam took a tambourine, and all the women followed her, dancing and singing, "Sing to the Lord, for he is highly exalted. Both horse and driver he has hurled into the sea." Moral of the story: God can make a way where there seems to be no way. When we trust in him, he will protect us and guide us through even the most difficult situations. God is always with us, and he is powerful enough to save us from any danger.